Imagine Europe in the early 1900s. Picture bustling cities with grand avenues and elegant cafes. The air buzzes with innovation. New inventions like the automobile and the telephone promise progress and prosperity. But beneath this veneer of modernity, a storm brews. Europe teeters on the edge of a precipice, a powder keg ready to explode. The great powers of Europe, Great Britain, France, Germany, Austria, Hungary, and Russia eye each other with suspicion. They engage in a dangerous game of one-upmanship. Each nation strives to outdo the others in military might and colonial possessions. This fierce competition fuels an arms race of unprecedented scale. The result is a continent bristling with weapons and teeming with soldiers, primed for conflict. Nationalism, a powerful force that binds people together through shared language, culture, and history, further fans the flames of tension. This fervent patriotism, however, often manifests as hostility towards other nations. It creates a climate of fear and mistrust, making diplomacy difficult and war more likely. The stage is set for a tragedy of unimaginable proportions. All that is needed is a spark to ignite the inferno. The political landscape of early 20th century Europe was a tangled web of competing interests and ancient rivalries. It was a powder keg waiting for a spark. At the heart of this volatile mix lay the Austro-Hungarian Empire, a sprawling, multi-ethnic realm struggling to maintain unity in the face of rising nationalism. Within its borders, various ethnic groups, Czechs, Slovaks, Serbs, Croats, and others, yearned for independence. This internal pressure made Austria-Hungary vulnerable, a tempting target for its ambitious neighbor to the north, Germany. Germany, newly unified and eager to assert its dominance, harbored grand ambitions of expanding its territory and influence. It sought to challenge Great Britain's naval supremacy and establish itself as the leading power on the continent. This desire for expansion put Germany at odds with France and Russia, both wary of German aggression. France, still smarting from its defeat in the Franco-Prussian War of 1870–71, craved revenge, and the return of the lost provinces of Alsace-Lorraine. It saw Germany as a threat to its security and was determined to contain its expansion. Russia, a vast and sprawling empire, positioned itself as the protector of Slavic peoples in the Balkans, a region long coveted by Austria-Hungary. This stance brought Russia into direct conflict with Austro-Hungarian interests, setting the stage for a confrontation that would have far-reaching consequences. The political climate in Europe was a tinderbox of suspicion, rivalry, and ambition. Each nation viewed the others with distrust, making cooperation and compromise nearly impossible. In this atmosphere of heightened tension, even a minor incident could trigger a catastrophic chain reaction. Adding to the volatile mix of European politics was a complex network of alliances. These agreements, intended to deter aggression and maintain peace, ironically served to escalate tensions and pave the way for a wider war. The Triple Alliance, formed in 1882, linked Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy in a pact of mutual defense. This alliance, largely orchestrated by German Chancellor Otto von Bismarck, aimed to isolate France and prevent a two-front war. In response to the growing strength of the Triple Alliance, France sought alliances with Russia and Great Britain. The Franco-Russian alliance of 1894 provided mutual support in case of an attack by Germany or Austria-Hungary. The Anglo-Russian Entente of 1907, while not a formal military alliance, resolved long-standing colonial disputes and brought Great Britain closer to France and Russia. These interlocking alliances created a dangerous situation. A conflict involving even two nations could quickly drag in their allies, transforming a local dispute into a continental war. This domino effect, as it came to be known, made war more likely and more devastating. The alliance system fostered a climate of fear and suspicion. Nations became more concerned with fulfilling their treaty obligations than with pursuing peaceful solutions. This rigidity made it difficult to diffuse crises and increased the likelihood of miscalculation and escalation. The stage was set for a tragedy of unimaginable proportions. The intricate web of alliances designed to prevent war ironically served as the very mechanism that would drag Europe into the abyss.